So I just want to say different mic for me today. Different mic. So I was going to say like that intro, like I feel like I should be like skipping down a path somewhere. It's like deep, 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 deep. We should open up with like drowning pool one day or something. You know what
Dramatic.
I mean?
Yeah. See if they're paying attention.
Right. Shock the crap out of everybody. Welcome back to the Keystone Keys podcast. Everybody, appreciate you guys. We are not going live today because it's just not one of those days. So anyway, in studio today, we always have the Wizard of Pods behind the curtain over there. Today he's sitting up front with us. Reagan can't be here today. He's in a very, very important meeting today that he couldn't break from. So unfortunately, he won't be with us. He may chime in later through the thing that you do, as a producer. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is. I just know that whenever Jesse says hit this button, I hit this button and then magic things happen.
We'll get him virtually in here.
Yeah. So Jess, appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So JLG Productions, Jesse does everything from web design, graphics, podcast editing, audio editing, video editing. I mean, you name it, anything digital, he can create it and manage it. So he does all our work for us. And, if you guys want to see his work, just go to our Facebook page, Keystone Mortgage Solutions, excuse me, Keystone Mortgage Solutions, LLC. You'll see all of his work there. Also go to JLG Productions, his Facebook page or his personal page. Either one shows amazing work. So appreciate what you do for us.
Thank you.
So tell me, Jess, like what got you into this like whole digital era of editing?
So basically with me is I started taking some classes in high school for programming, some JavaScript programming and stuff like that. And I got to be friends with a lot of people who do websites and do marketing. So they're like, why don't you just start building websites and stuff like this? So I started to get deep into WordPress and marketing. And
so it's an interest that you have, like something sparked inside of you.
Yeah, I was like, well, let me make something cool on the internet, right?
So you want to know, like, the first computer programming class that was available for me in high school was DOS.
DOS.
That's how old I am, dude. DOS.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I made a applet JavaScript one was my first one, I think in late middle school. And, I moved down here
from Philly, right?
From Philly.
Philly Eagles fans.
Go Birds. So it kind of got me started in that up there. I was, always gifted with my studies up there. So when I came down here, I think I have a more creative mind. So it kind of filled that void of like, math, spelling, all that kind of stuff. So I started to dabble full force into that. So,
nice. Yeah. So that led you on this path of creating your own company. Another entrepreneur in our community. Also a baseball coach, husband, father. I mean, you name it. The guy's got like 10 hats that he wears every single day, and as well as friend. I can call Jesse my friend now. I've known him for a few years, and our kids play baseball together. So it's been a wonderful trip. It's been really great getting to know you, so very blessed in that aspect.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Very, very blessed, very blessed. I always bring that up, and I'm always thankful for that, and I know you are, and, we've had Theo and like Reagan and James last week, just people that, that you hold in high regard, their character you hold in high regard. So outside of JLG Productions, tell us a little bit about yourself, because, I know I talk about you a lot, like to our customers and our clients and, just in the community in general, but a lot of people don't know you personally.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So we previously said, I moved down here from Philadelphia. So
what year did you move down?
93.
Oh, good God.
So, my family came down here because my grandmother lived down here and she wasn't doing so well. So my mom wanted to be, with her mom.
Right.
So that's what took us down here. And my father, Jerry, as you see him at the ball games and stuff like that. Yeah. He kind of drove me to be kind of an entrepreneur himself, because he was it's a superintendent for apartment complexes up there. So when we came down here, he kind of had to reinvent himself. So he always kind of pushed, and he worked at an AC company, Jim Air Distributors. So he deals with a lot of the local people around here as well, So I went to Ridgewood High School. I played baseball my whole youth. That kind of gave me my footing for being a coach and stuff like that. We weren't too shabby. When we played, I played at a high level. I did hurt my arm junior year into senior year, so that kind of drove me back a little bit. I did have a full ride to South Carolina and going into that, so it kind of shot me down. So again, I was still making websites, doing my own thing to fill my time because I kind of figured out like, if sports doesn't work out, what else do I have? What else am I about?
Right.
So that kind of gave me my footing for where, I came into marketing. I kind of was doing every course I could to understand like what starts a business, how do you start a business, what can I do for people with the services that I've learned.
That's a key thing that I think we should touch on a little bit. That upbringing, your father bringing you up the way he did, he's sparking that entrepreneurial spirit in you, right? And not a lot of people do that. I'm a little bit older than you, probably like 20 years older. So, and being from Baltimore, Maryland, so, it's a textile manufacturing area. A lot of us growing up that, back then in the area I was at, I didn't even know what college was until 10th, 11th grade. It was, that everybody's seen that diagram of the young kids walking in the front door to school and then out the back door after they're graduating to the factory. That's how I was brought up. So like that entrepreneurial spirit in me, it wasn't instilled from a young age like it was you. So that's a great thing that your father gave to you. And that's something that I know you'll give to your children. Both the boys. So I just want to point that. I think that's a fantastic paternal trait that your father passed down to you.
Yeah, and I was raised in a strict household. He was a Navy guy.
Oh yeah.
My grandfather and multiple family members were in military, so he didn't let me slip. And I know I had to maintain a good attitude at all times, and that goes into my baseball coach too, Larry Beach, which we've mentioned before on the previous podcast. That he was a straight shooter too. You play baseball, you maintain your grades. There was no lax in that. So I think that kind of rounded out how I treat my my life and my family as well.
Right.
So
Mace is a great kid, man. He is. I love your kids. It's a great family, just a great family.
What exactly do you do, or what can we help you with? So the first and foremost, let's start with websites. So anything from a one-page landing page all the way up to a full detailed build out of for example, a realtor website has thousands of pages because it has thousands of properties from the MLS. But we can start basic. We can do one-page websites all the way up to, whatever you desire, whatever your business needs. So let's start there. And then second, we do basically any online marketing channel that you need. We can develop Facebook pages, Instagram pages, YouTube channels, TikToks. The sky's the limit for that. So we create all the brand assets for you. We come up with a marketing strategy, and we really set you up for the best version of yourself in your business online. That's kind of the blanket message right there. And then we can do video editing, we can do video production, we can do anything from live streaming to getting just your face in front of the business. I'm usually the guy behind the scenes, and you can see I'm in my studio, I'm in my lab right now, and I'm working on stuff right now, but I wanted to jump on and do a quick video for you guys and explain to you what exactly do we do. 3, 2, 1, 0.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back. Appreciate you sticking with us. Something we wanted to talk about with everybody, and once this podcast is published and sent out there, please, I want you guys to send over questions, any questions or concerns, any ideas that you have to us. Just hit us up on Facebook, either of the Facebook pages. So, we're taking an aerial view of the community, right? And we're seeing all these entrepreneurs and all these different businesses that are happening. Everybody's, commingling and, going about their daily lives, whether it's directly or indirectly. What do you see that's missing Like there's always that one thing,
Mhm.
that an entrepreneur can't put their finger on, but they know that that it would help them.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think that is?
So, there's a lot of talk about social media and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think we're getting away from what a website can actually do for a small business or an entrepreneur. So while social media is a fantastic tool and it needs to be used, you need to show up or don't show up,
Right.
type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. You become irrelevant.
Yep.
Like Reagan always says, you got to be omnipresent. That doesn't mean that you yourself have to be everywhere all the time, because that's impossible. But your brand needs to be recognized and needs to be everywhere all the time.
Everywhere.
So yeah, omnipresent.
Yeah, and then it goes back to a website. A website is not just an online business card. I do a lot of search engine optimization for a lot of companies.
Mhm.
So having gateways back to your website and then optimizing your website, I think, is one underlying issue with a lot of small businesses in the area.
Okay. Can you explain, that there are people in the crowd that aren't going to know what, an SOE is, a search engine optimization, SEO. Explain what that is exactly.
So, when you go to Google, right, and you search a keyword or a keyword string
Mhm.
on, a mortgage solution company in the area.
Right.
My goal as an SEO company for small businesses to get your company to show up for those search words.
Okay.
Obviously there is two paths to those. There's paid ads, which is pay per click, where you can pay a certain amount per click to
Mhm.
drive them to your website. Or there's SEO, which is more organic search.
Okay.
So organic search is when we optimize your website to become the educational piece to that search string. So if they're searching for a certain question on maybe a mortgage solution question that
Okay.
they have, we want to try to optimize a certain page on your website to show for that search word.
Okay. So it's, that search word will be tagged somewhere in that page, and then it automatically populates. So how do we get that page, in that website to be at the top of the list?
So there's a couple underlying qualifications that we kind of have to, modify your website. So content is key. So there's a certain amount of keywords and
Okay.
content that needs to be on that page.
Okay.
Because if you're looking at it from like a top level, it's like a popularity contest.
Absolutely.
Google wants to reward your website if you seem like you're the most educated on the subject. So if you're trying to show up for keywords organically, SEO,
Mhm.
if you only have 500 words on that page, are you the most educated, qualified source for that search word?
Right.
Probably not.
Right.
So content is key on that top level search string there, and then also the amount of people who give you votes. So
Okay.
that AKA backlinks. So a backlink is when someone links back to your certain page on your website. So let's say that you're trying to rank for mortgage solutions in Trinity.
Okay.
If other websites and other links are linking back to your website with that keyword as the link, Google's going to be like, hey, that page must be about that search word.
Okay.
So the more exact phrase keywords you get linked back to your website for that certain search word,
Mhm.
the more popular Google will find your website.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a very top level.
Right.
But that's how it works.
This is stuff that people just don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will go on like Wix or whatever and create their own little web page and add pictures and think it's fantastic,
Mhm.
and then get the most minimal amount of clicks on that web page.
Mhm.
This is where this guy comes in.
Yep.
Maximizes traffic to your page.
Yep. And, of course, there's ways to get backlinks. There's paid services that you could use. There's organic reach, like, have every single business in your community that, you do business with. They have a resources page or a contact page or something like that. Have them link back to your website for the certain keyword that you're trying to rank for.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of strategies that we can.
Collaboration, man.
Yeah,
Collaboration.
Exactly. Yep.
We preach it.
Yep.
Excellent. So, SEO, that's one tool.
Sure.
What else? What else do you do? As far as what do you offer?
So obviously I do a website design with
Mhm.
SEO. We also do video marketing,
Mhm.
YouTube optimization. We can produce videos for you. We can shoot videos. We can optimize those videos just like SEO, organic SEO. There's organic YouTube SEO.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So, driving links to those videos, optimizing that video correctly, tags, descriptions,
Mhm.
thumbnails. We do it all. We try to get those videos seen on YouTube. So
Okay.
when you're searching on YouTube as well.
Yeah. What are the two biggest things out there? Like it's Google and YouTube.
It's Google
right?
and YouTube, and obviously Facebook would be in there, as well.
Followed by Instagram.
Sure.
And TikTok, I don't know if it's going to be lasting much longer with the legislation that's being pushed through the government right now. That might be outlawed, and as you can imagine the meltdowns. There's going to be millions of meltdowns. All those kids around the
all
country.
those TikTok famous people.
Yep. Oh my goodness, they're going to die.
If I had to put my money into anything at this current point of marketing, it would be YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts. Okay.
And that's
So
their version of TikTok.
Okay. So YouTube saw the trend.
Yep.
Okay. So YouTube Shorts. We're gonna talk about that after this. We're gonna figure that one out. Outside of what you do, like what do you find like out there that amongst your clients that you have, like what's working the best? What do you see among all that list of clients that you have that it's just paying off for them?
I would definitely go if you do have the budget, or if you don't have the budget, we can still formulate a pay-per-click campaign for you.
Okay.
So that's Google AdWords. So you're paying to develop a campaign based on keywords. I see that working the best bang for your buck because the real estate on the first page of Google is evaporating. What I mean by that is now you have paid ads at the top.
Right. Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 of them, and everybody's like, gosh, scroll right past them.
Yep. And people are trained to click on the first couple of things they see.
Mm-hmm.
So if you aren't up in that pack, you're pretty much dead if you're not on the first page. Then you kind of have the map listings, right? So you have 3 or 4 map listings shown at the top, where if you're searching for like a local service provider, they'll show at the top with their reviews and where they are on the map. So again, that pushes it farther down the page, right? And then finally, you have the organic SEO listings,
right?
The websites that rank organically for those things.
See, that's what I always go to.
Sure.
So whenever I do a Google search, and I'm not going to say what it was I was searching for, but has to do with land, and a park. Local park, you type in, whatever the park name was or whatever. And there's like 3 advertisements for what I didn't search for. And I'm just like, SOB, like, I don't want this crap. And I scroll, like I have literally programmed myself, I guess, to scroll right past the ads. If I see the word ad, I'm like, nope. Oh, here we go. Now I'm getting into what you call the organic list. So yeah, that's like what I focus. That's just what I'm drawn to, because I don't do ads in marketing. Like I will literally, and I probably shouldn't be saying this. Like if I'm watching a video and my video is interrupted by an ad, I will hate that product. Like I get so mad because I watch a lot of informational and documentary type stuff, so not a lot of fantasy and sci-fi and all that kind of stuff. So I love learning, and when my learning gets interrupted, I get upset. I'm like, I hate this. Like, I don't care about the car or the energy drink that you're trying to sell me. I won't buy it now. I'm so stupid that way. But and my wife makes fun of me. She's like, you're so dumb. Like, why? I'm like, do you see this?
Yeah. And to come
but
back,
I get it.
Those SEO, those organic listings are probably the best solution to what you're looking for, because they earn that spot. They didn't pay for it.
Right.
They didn't hire, they don't have 150 reviews based on the map pack. But then you get to the nitty gritty down there.
Yeah.
So
a lot of questions that I put on Google, like Quora, that website that pops up all the time, and I like going on there and seeing what people have to say about things I'm interested in.
Sure.
So.
No, I mean, if you don't have an FAQ page on your website, I mean, you're really missing the boat there. And then, obviously you can turn those FAQs into videos.
Do we have FAQ on our website?
I believe you do. Yes,
right,
you
cool.
do.
Thanks. What?
But I mean, the most common search strings are questions.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So, or like mortgage solution provider near me.
Right.
So
that's what I do. I type in like restaurant near me.
Yep.
Whatever near me.
Yep.
I do that all the time. Always.
Yeah. So as long as you're optimizing your website, your videos, everything that you're forward facing to answer those questions that you most commonly get. I mean, right then and alone, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't get anything else from this podcast, Go write down the 25 most common questions that you get on a daily basis and make videos for them, or create a page on your website for them.
Do you hear that, people? Like, you guys are getting information and direction that usually costs a lot of money for people to, this isn't free. This is what he does.
And
pay attention. I feel like I'm in class.
No.
Pay attention, Chris.
No, and
times I've heard that in my life.
Does it go back to your question too? Like, what is the missing link? For small entrepreneurs is that they think so much on getting the product or service out to people and going through
side of everything, right?
They have to think of the marketing that goes behind that to answer the questions that you're commonly getting,
right?
Because that's what's going to drive people to your business organically,
right? Rather
than obviously there's a whole referral program that you can launch, and organic referrals that you get from the community.
Okay.
But you starting basic marketing 101, answer those questions that people have in their minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
this is great advice. Jesse does his thing. Like, he works with us here at Keystone Mortgage Solutions, and he does his own thing. And I never ask, like, hey, what do you actually do? And like, I see this guy 4 times a week, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Baseball practices, baseball games, the podcast. I mean, you name it. We're always hanging out for a couple hours a day. It seems like, which is cool with me because you're a cool dude.
Yeah.
And I like I like hanging out with good people. And speaking of good people, after this, just so you guys know, if you haven't seen it yet, go to Christo's Family Restaurants Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
And check out the sandwiches and the subs that they've been showcasing lately. That's where we're going after this, by the way.
Yeah, I've been sharing them religiously.
My God, man, it's like what's that? The Lucky Dill down in Tarpon or whatever it is. The sandwiches are like this tall. Christo's is making chicken parm subs, 2-foot long chicken parm subs.
I'll put one on the screen right now after we edit this. I'll put one on the screen and we can talk about it.
We
guys.
can just sit here and look at it. So I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Sure.
Outside of baseball, and outside of your work, what do you like to do?
I like to. I do like to lift weights. It's not reflective right now, but I do go to the gym. I did get, I did do a bodybuilding
thing I do anymore, like an energy drink and a bottle of water.
A couple of years ago, yeah, right. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I did do a bodybuilding competition.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll have to show you the pictures.
Yeah, let's see the pictures. Put it up there. Let's go.
Right? Just because it was a personal goal of mine. I was always
awesome.
Heavy kid growing up. My mom always called me Husky. I was always one of the bigger kids, and and it did have a reflection of I had to work harder, or I had to do things extra. So I wanted to prove to myself that I could do a competition, and I did do that.
Dude, that's awesome. What an amazing goal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But other than that, I love baseball. I love everything about baseball because I did it for so many years. So, being with my kids, traveling, taking them to places where not necessarily we weren't dirt poor growing up, but we didn't have a lot of money. So my parents did the best with what they could.
Yeah.
So I wanted to provide a good opportunity for my kids, me working as hard as I do to reward my kids with some of the things that, I didn't have growing up.
That's Lindsay and I talk about that all the time. Yep. Like, we afford things for our children that neither of us had. Mm-hmm. We didn't grow up with money at all, and it's funny because I've learned a lesson recently about, so how do I say this? You don't want to give your kid too much.
Sure.
You want them to earn whatever it is that you have, that you want to give to them. There's times for rewards and presents and stuff like that, but the majority of the time there has to be that lesson taught to them that they have to work hard to earn what it is that you want to give them. I mean, you're going to give it to them anyway, you know what I mean? But as long as they're putting in the effort to earn it, like down the road, and Mace is young enough, and so is your other one, and I'm doing that with Christian now. Christian and Mace are both 8 years old, and it's work hard to achieve something, whether it's a short-term goal or a long-term goal, right? Like, that patience is learned, and that's the hard thing for kids their age right now, is patience, because he wants to come home, he wants to jump on it. Like, we got him a dirt bike.
Sure.
Well, Santa got him a dirt bike. Santa.
Yeah.
Thank you, Santa. So Santa got him a dirt bike for Christmas, and he just wants to get on that dang thing every single day after school. But I tell him, like, buddy, You've got Zern that you need to do. You've got Lexia that you need to do. And then it's playtime.
Sure.
And he throws a fit for about 5 minutes. And then he realizes it's a no-win situation for him if he keeps throwing a fit.
Yeah.
So put in the work. Yeah. Then go play.
Sure.
Right? Put in the work. Then go play baseball. Go play football with your friends, whatever it is. But you got to get your responsibilities done first.
You got to earn that.
Yeah. And dude, I didn't have a dirt bike growing up.
No,
I mean? I lived in a house a third or the fourth of the size of the house I live in now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like
I was playing in trees. You know, that was my dirt bike.
He does do that.
You know what I mean? Climbing trees. You know, going by the creek.
Sticks and rocks, bro. Finding crayfish. Yep, that's what we used to do up north, man. We were always out in the woods running around. We had bikes. We would build ramps for them. With crap that we found laying around, like that kind of stuff. This dude has a dirt bike. He's 8 and he's got a dirt bike, and it makes me proud, and I'm very happy. He loves it. And I know Mace is the same way.
Yep.
Mace is a great kid, man. He really is. Like our whole team, I'll tell you. We are truly blessed with the families that we've brought in and surrounded ourselves with, and the boys that are on our baseball team. And I really, am going to make sure I'm going to do my best, and I know you will. Just like I know Theo and the rest of the team, the rest of the staff will keep this team together because it is a special bunch, not of just boys, but families and in general.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that from experience with what I've went through with soccer with my daughter. Like it can be cutthroat.
No hair pulling,
Oh my God, man.
But, yeah, we definitely have a good group of kids, and you can just see when they interact with each other, they respect each other, and that's a reflection of us, as well, setting that standard. So
absolutely love them, love all of them. Went way off on a tangent there.
No,
we're here talking about marketing. We end up talking about our families. Like, yeah, tell us that we're not old dads.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, the structure that we have with our kids reflects on our businesses, all right.
Yeah, so it is true. The work ethic is there.
Yeah.
The foundation is there, as far as honesty and integrity.
Correct.
Always going to give it 110%, no matter what it is that we do. So let's get back to the weightlifting contest.
Sure.
Did you get the picture yet?
No, I'll put it up on screen. I'm not bashful.
You're not bashful.
I did look good at one point in my life. I just had to do it because of that.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Man, if Ray were here, he'd tell you, man. He did it too. I think he did like the Mr. Ridgewood thing or something
he
back
did.
in the day.
I remember. He's a Ridgewood guy too. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he'd be going off right now. So yeah, like I know what it takes to get to that. Like I used to be shredded. Like I used to look completely different than I do now. And I know what it takes to get back to that point.
Sure.
And like I wake up and I'm like, nope. I don't want to feel that pain.
And eat the regimented, the workout regimen.
Like, generally, like this is the worst thing I do. Like I do one energy drink a day, like first thing in the morning. Usually it's a Monster Java.
Sure.
Because if I drink regular coffee, it just destroys me. Destroys my stomach for hours. Like acid and all that. So, and for some reason this doesn't, and the Monster Jabbas don't, but I generally eat healthy. I do. I don't normally eat, junk food, fast food. I never eat fast food. The worst is like maybe once a month I'll go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's like a hard.
I mean, it's probably the healthiest fast food there is. You know what I mean?
And it's still,
if you want to say that.
Like I still have a hard time going and buying that stuff for myself because I do enjoy eating good food, but I just don't want to work out anymore, man.
No,
I want to,
yeah.
But I'm like, man, the pain, dude. I'm getting up there, man.
Yeah. Take your joint reflex.
Jesus.
Get your fiber in.
I'm getting my ARP card pretty soon, man. So my senior citizen discount's going to be kicking in.
Yeah. Well, what kind of spurred me too is I had Mason, and I was gaining a little bit more weight, obviously after the baby was here.
Yep.
And I was about all of 270,
Holy crap.
And I'm only 5'9".
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It was to a point where I don't want diabetes. I want to be able to be here for my kids. I play baseball, so I know I want him to try to at least be athletic as well. So what kind of example was I setting? He sees me, obviously
absolutely
as his dad. So I want to make him proud too, and be able to play catch.
Absolutely
be athletic with him. So as of that point when he was born, I lost 100 pounds. I went all the way down to 165.
Oh wow!
That competition. So obviously I'm not holding on to, but I got to do a little bit better
Bro.
job. I'm a busy man, but I try my hardest. So.
Yeah, Christian's our third kid, right? And Reagan will testify to this. I would run, bike, and work out every single day. You should drive Lindsay crazy because I'd go on my bike rides. I'd be going 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes, like 100-mile like bike rides, like legit from 54 all the way up to Brooksville and then all the way back.
Suncoast.
Oh yeah. And man, like I was fit. Like I felt fantastic. And then we had Christian, third kid, done. Bro, I haven't worked out. I haven't touched I sold my bike. I don't even think I own a real pair of running shoes anymore. Like that third kid just did me in as far as like my time management. I'm starting to get some more time back now that my oldest is off to college. And my 12-year-old, she's 12, but she's she thinks she's 18.
Sure.
So she's self-sufficient when she wants to be. But my little dude, he monopolizes most of our time, and he's such a good little dude, man. Like we're so blessed to have him. Thank God. I tell him, I'm like, I thank God for you every single day, buddy. And he's just like, oh, thanks, Dad, I love you. And that makes
he gives you that smirk that he gives me on the field too. When I was like, Christian, you good? He's like,
yeah, he's a good kid, man. He's funny. But just I don't know. Maybe I'll start jogging or something. I know it's gonna hurt. God, I know it's gonna hurt. I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of training for something, I know the home run derby is coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to. I got to take some swings.
So do I.
If I'm gonna go up there and test what I can do, I got to start swinging something.
The last home run derby that we put on, I hadn't swung a bat in years, and I went out there. I was just only thing I was doing was hitting line drives. Like my swing was good. But it wasn't the home run swing. It was just line drives out the left field. And I didn't hit a single one out. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me, Chris. Gosh, I didn't practice or anything.
I don't think I knew you at that point. I think that was right before we used to. I think I'd seen you around West Pasco and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I did that one too. And I ended up hitting 10 home runs.
Nice.
But I tell you what, I was just telling Angel, before we started the podcast, my legs and my calf started cramping up. And I'm like, I cannot go out like this.
Yeah, right.
So I battled through. But I tell you what, the next couple of days, my lower body and my hips, and just my lower half was shredded. Yeah. I mean, it was hurting because I was just not used to throwing that much effort and really trying to hit the ball.
We'll have to go out to the cages or something, man. We'll get take a trip out there. Like we'll tell the kids it's for them, but it's going to be for us.
Yeah. No, I told Mason if that is training after you guys practice, just think I'm training for the home run derby.
Yeah, for sure. So what is it? April 8th.
Yep.
April 8th. Hub Life Charities is putting on a home run derby at the District Park in Starkey Ranch. It's going to be amazing. There's 4 or 5 baseball fields out there. There's going to be food vendors. There's going to be it's like a golf cart dress up event.
Yeah.
So the golf cart thing is, everybody that has a golf cart in the area is going to bring it in. They're going to dress up like a superhero. So that's the theme. So, and then it's going to be judged and there'll be prizes for that. They're going to be the day before Easter. So we're going to, this is what Reagan's doing right now, is trying to secure the helicopter for an egg drop.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, it's like 3,000 eggs, all different age groups, that's all being sorted out right now. So it's going to be a huge egg drop, lots of businesses, lots of home runs, Pat Schuster, the GM at 5 Star Baseball Academy, he's bringing out the entire squad, all the way up through seniors in high school. So you're going to see like some heavy hitting D1 prospects.
Let's go.
I know that's going to be sweet to watch.
Well, it's going to be cool because our kids will be out there watching these D1 athletes, actually swing and, get the hits.
These kids are monsters.
Yeah.
These seniors in high school, 17 and 18-year-olds, they're 6'4", 6'6", 230, 240.
Yeah.
Just beasts.
Yeah.
Like they're just built different these days, man.
They're, scientific, experiments at this point. You know what I mean?
That's what they are.
And I look back to what we kind of grew up with, like, go lift weights, go do this. But now it's such a regimen. Yep. If you really want to take it to the next level, you can. And, there's stuff that you need to do.
Absolutely. But they like seeing them up there at the academy, we're up there doing lessons with Christian and these kids walking around and you're just like, good God.
Specimens.
Yeah. It's freakish. They're freaks of nature, man.
Yep.
But they're built, that way, from a young age, they're working out and,
Yeah.
they have one goal and they are, some of them kids are going to make it. Like you can absolutely see it. So Home Run Derby, April 8th. I believe it's on an all-day event, right? I think it's
I think it starts at 12,
like
right?
12 to 6 or 12 to 7, something like that. There's going to be different age groups for the event itself, for the home run portion of the event. And, that's all being figured out now. But, we were just talking about it in our meeting today about having just a senior class, the guys that are, aspiring D1, D2, D3, whatever. And, I don't put this out there, but, just a competition for them for, in addition to, the age group. So it's like, 10 and under, 11 to 13, 14 to 16, and then 17 and up or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But it's going to be a lot of fun. The last home run derby that we did was a lot of fun. It was a much, that was the first one we did. So it was a little bit smaller event, smaller venue. This one I think it's going to blow the last one out of the water, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And the first one was highly successful. We did that one over at West Pasco off Pine Hill, and cumulatively, with donations and everything that we did for the area, it came to like $27,000.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous amount very quickly. It was awesome.
Fields look beautiful.
Oh no, it was awesome, and that's where I played Little League.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people did. Man.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys down here. Yeah.
It was like, man, this is so awesome. For a field that hasn't got much love in the past, to see that happen, and you guys be able to do that for that, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Like, I don't know, we just do a lot of stuff for kids. That's what it is. Yeah. Like the ideas fly around everybody that's involved in Hub Life Charities, and then somebody comes up with a great idea, and out of the air on the paper, from paper to fruition.
Yep.
So it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, so back to JLG Productions.
Sure.
How can anybody out there, and like if you guys are watching this, hopefully you are, and hopefully you're taking some notes on what he's been saying about the different things that you can do to help optimize your marketing capabilities for your business. If not, and they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Sure. You can call me on the phone. My number's public, so it's 727-808-9723. Okay. We can talk about your business, see what we can do together. Come up with a marketing plan. I always give a free consultation.
Oh, good.
Just a deep dive in what you have going on and see where our companies can fit.
Let's make sure we put that out there. Create some type of infographic, free consultation, free initial consultation, et cetera, so that we can push that out there along with this podcast.
Yep.
All right, and Facebook page,
JLG Marketing Solutions.
There we go.
Just do a quick.
I keep saying JLG Productions.
It's fine.
You produce our podcast, and that's what's in my head.
I wear many hats.
JLG Marketing Solutions.
That's fine.
Produces the Keystone Mortgage Solutions.
Correct.
Podcast. So anyway, is there anything else that you want to add or talk about that maybe I forgot?
Not really. In terms of my business, I mean, we kind of can do it all. So I think having the good fit with a business partner is one of the goals of mine. Mm-hmm. So we don't just take anybody. There's a good fit for us. We want to work with a business owner that wants to work with us.
Right.
So it's not just do this. We want to work with companies that are engaged and active in their business.
Right.
So like it's a collaboration event. It's like, okay, well, we want to establish this for your business. I need you to be a part of that because you know your business best.
Right.
So I just want to throw that out there. If you're looking for a company that just says do it, and you don't want to be a part of it, we might not be the best fit for you. But I love working with the local companies that really want to work together and establish something good.
Excellent. Excellent. And on that note, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Keystone Keys podcast. Trying to remember who we have up next week. I don't have my schedule or paperwork in front of us. Is it Marcia?
Yeah,
HR?
I believe so.
All right. So Marcia from Lighthouse HR will be with us next week, which will be Lindsay will be in studio with us on that one. That's one of her people.
Awesome.
Yeah, Marcia is awesome. But thanks, Jesse. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll let you get back to doing your wizard stuff behind the curtain back there.
So yeah, we'll get back behind the other side of the computer. You guys won't see me anymore. I'm just joking.
And we are going to be waiting for that picture of
all right.
all right. All right.
All right. Sounds
all right.
good.
See you later.
All right. Thank you all. Bye.